In this video, I am attempting to explain a Japanese language learning project I am currently working on. It is quite an unusual method, so explaining it is tricky. Please try and bear with me until we see a practical example. There are two key ideas to keep in mind. Finding patterns that enable us to group words and making memorable sentences to collect groups of words. Groups. It is possible to group words by rhyming pattern in a similar fashion to how English words are grouped in a dictionary by their starting character. Sentences. The next step is to make a sentence for each group. Then we have thoroughly covered the whole rhyming alphabet, thus creating a rhyming dictionary. Key to being able to navigate this dictionary is to understand exactly what these rhyming patterns are, and teaching that is the purpose of this video. Knowledge of the Japanese writing system is needed to understand the rest of this video properly. There is also a technical term that I will not take the time to explain, onyomi. If we remove the consonant sounds from an onyomi reading, keeping only the sounds a, I, u, e, o, and n, there are 22 possible patterns. To list off a few, we have a, I, a, u, a, n, and further down the list we have u, e, u, n, etc. These are the patterns. These are the rhyming patterns. Next we will look at how to use them to study Japanese. It gets a little more complicated. Two-character compound words are the best choice for onyomi study. Most words fit into this category. There are 22 patterns, and the words are 2 characters long. So if we multiply 22 by 22, we get 484. If 484 sentences were to be made, then this project will be complete. And this would cover like all of the useful onyomi 2-character compound words 10 times over, and we get to look at the kanji of obscure words as well mixed in. So we're really deep diving kanji, deep diving onyomi by taking this project on. There are reasons why this project is flawed, but I'm running with it as I think it will cover ground quickly. Onyomi words make up only 20% of the Japanese language, and being safely grounded in the dictionary-like structure of the project, I'm not daunted by its scale. Next, let's do that deep dive of onyomi. That escaped the rewrite. I will go into detail about how to extract the rhyming pattern from an onyomi. The first character can be pretty much any sound from the Japanese language. One thing that is certain is that it will contain a vowel sound, a, I, u, e, or o. For example, if the first character is ka, we remove k, k to get the first part of the rhyming pattern, and that would be a. So the rhyming pattern starts with a vowel, and that's the first vowel sound in the reading. The second half of an onyomi reading must be a character from a very limited set of I, U, Ki, Ku, Chi, Tsu, or N. Yet again, we strip the consonants, and this leaves us with I, U, or N, the second half of the rhyming pattern. This is how the patterns are made. To recap, by finding a pattern within the pronunciation of onyomi words, we have created a rhyming dictionary. And now let's move on to some examples. Many obscure words must be used to create these sentences, so to keep the study useful, the words are ranked according to the corpus of daily Japanese conversation, which provides frequency of use data for modern day spoken Japanese. I prefer this over JLPT rankings. JLPT could have been used, but this is like a new study, 2022, and it's just nice to look into that snapshot that picture of modern day spoken Japanese to see exactly what words people are using to express things. As we've moved on in time and the internet's been around for a while, people are using things like Twitter more, X, and I think casual conversation is used in forums more than it used to be, and so language has become more casual, I think, in general. So it's nice to look at this modern day study. Okay, so we have Orinpikku dakai wa dai tai kai gai de kai sai sasaru. The Olympic Games are generally held overseas, and I'll mention now that the rhyming pattern we have here is re re, and I'll just say the sentence once more. Olympic taikai wa dai tai kai gai de kai sai sasaru. The Olympic Games are generally held overseas. So we have taikai is a mass meeting or games, Olympic Games, and we can see here that it is got a C2 rating, which means that it's fairly commonly spoken, but not like very common, and the kanji are easy, N5 and 4. So that's that. Big meeting. It's fairly simple, straightforward stuff. And dai tai, notably, this has a C9 rating. This word is used very commonly, indeed. And we have like meaning greater body. So mostly the greater body. That's that. I won't linger too long on these. And we have two kanji here meaning ocean and outside, meaning abroad, which is kai gai. And this one here, again, is fairly commonly spoken, but not so much. Like, how often do you really talk about opening a ceremony or something like that? You know, these things is not like discussed very often. So this is why it's a common good word, but not like spoken every 5 minutes. Hang on. This kanji here is the first rare kanji that we're looking at, and this is sai. But this word here is the top usage of this kanji here. So we have a rare kanji, and yeah. So kai sai, useful kind of word, can be used. So no obscure words in this sentence. So we have Orinpikku taikai wa dai tai kai gai de kai sai sasaru, and there's an honourable mention here. So we have my kai, which is this, which means every time. My kai, every time. So we've just switched the one word out there. This is another useful word that we can see, and this is C4, which is fairly common spoken word. It's a good word to know. And I've written here, not every useful word can be shoehorned into a sentence easily, but it's important that no good words are left behind. So I hope you can see that we've covered a few words. That's, all of the rhyming words here are ranked within the top 3,000 most frequently spoken words in the Japanese language. The rhyming pattern is ie, ie. Next, the video won't last much longer. We have here Saiaku no daiaku deta te aisatsu sasete maji bikkuri shita ne. I was greeted with, I went to the worst uni. I was really shocked, huh? So I'll read again, is Saiaku no daiaku deta te aisatsu sarete maji bikkuri shita ne. So someone's talking to somebody saying, this person, like maybe met for the first time or whatever, greeted me with this really strange sentence like, I went to the worst uni. Cobbling these sentences together can be pretty difficult, and these are the important words I wanted to get in, but it turned into this like weird sentence, but it's all good. So sayaku is reasonably used, C3, and it means most terrible sayaku. And then university needs no introduction, is daigaku, C9, extremely common word, daigaku. Then we have aisatsu, it's fairly common, C3, and it's so it could be a speech sometimes, or it could just be like a greeting. I think it just means greeting. Yeah, aisatsu, quite a good word. And I've repeated again here. So sayaku no daigaku deta te aisatsu sasete maji bikkuri shita ne. So maji means like very, and bikkuri means surprised. So very surprised. The rhyming words in this sentence are within the top 1,300 spoken words. So if you're studying a language, like top 1,000 words are quite a good target. If you're very serious about learning a language. The rhyming pattern is ai au. So we're moving through the dictionary slowly. So that's it for this video. It got a bit dark regarding the worst university. Sorry about that. I will put the sentences in the comments so you can study them and practice them as tongue twisters if you so please. Apologies for any mistakes, and thank you for watching.